Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm excited for this one because I know how important it is for you guys to listen to an episode and then to have the ability to actually implement whatever the guest is talking about. And today I said, okay, how do I get to a guest that can break down an industry that we've all probably asked ourselves, yo, how do you do that? How do you break that down? How do you say, okay, I want to start this business. I want it to be profitable, but I want to do it on a budget, but I want it to scale. And I said, okay, there's only two people that are worth this type of conversation when you talk about an industry that you can jump into and really become massive in. That is the cleaning service, but how to really scale it. And I said, you know what? Let's bring them on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, one and only, we got Anthony and Jhanilka Hartzog on the show today. How y'all doing, fam?
What's good? Thank you for having us.
Appreciate you having us.
Listen, I'm excited for this one, man, because I've been following your story for quite some time. Like, I seen you guys on the Anthony O'Neill show. I've seen you done shows with Dave Ramsey. You got your own podcast, but I know our audience. But before we break this down, right, tell us a little bit about both of you. Like where are you from? Where did you grow up at?
We're both from Brooklyn, New York. Actually, both grew up in the same building in the projects there. So we've known each other for over 20 years now. But we moved to Dallas, Texas about 7 years ago after we got married. I'm a mental health therapist and I currently still work my 9 to 5. Anthony was a director, but retired from his job about a year and a half ago to do entrepreneurship full time. And we paid off $114,000 of debt in 23 months. During that time, we started our remote cleaning business where we don't clean any homes. And that's a bit about who we are.
Oh, man. Listen, she said, remote cleaning business, right? Because, when you think about the cleaning industry, you're like, all right, I gotta roll up my sleeves. I got to get in here. I got to make something happen. I got to get to work. But you're talking about pulling it off remotely. And now when you say remotely, is there any physical labor involved between you two?
Nah, not at all. I know it sounds very cliche, but it's literally just a cleaning business where you just have other people operating for you. Like when you think about like your CEO, like I worked at a tech firm. My CEO never did technology. He didn't know much about technology. He knew very much about business. So he was partnering with people who were already established in technology. He's like, listen, I got the capital, I got the marketing, I got the business. All you have to do is the labor, essentially. That's how we run our cleaning business.
Yeah, we always compare it to like Uber, Lyft, Airbnb. Uber doesn't own any cars. Airbnb doesn't own any homes. We don't own any cleaning supplies. We just outsource the work, and we're the middlemen.
Oh, man, listen, the middleman strategy is becoming so important. We had, Jason White on our show teaching government contracts. And we're like, all right, I think there might be a play here. How do we, dive into this topic, but for multiple industries? So let's break this down for the audience right now who has multiple questions. We send out an email, and guys, make sure that you are part of that email list. You see it in the show notes. Just go ahead and subscribe. And we asked our audience, in terms of the cleaning services, what questions would you truly have? So I'm going to shoot a couple of them at you guys right now. How do cleaning services even charge? Give us the breakdown. Are they charging per hour? Are they charging per task? Break that down for our audience today.
Yeah, so when we came in, we didn't know anything about this industry. It wasn't like we had a background in cleaning. The only cleaning we do is like what most people do. You may be cleaning your house or you outsource that work to. Growing up, you might clean on Sundays. You throw on a little gospel music. That's essentially all we knew about the industry. So when we came in, we just did competitors research. So we found out what the average pricing was in our area for a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 3 bedroom, 3 bath. And we took the average of all of those pricings and we said, this is what we're going to do. And then we said, do we want to go a little bit higher than that? Or do we want to kind of undercut the competition to get some work in? So that's exactly how we priced our services when we first started. Now we price on a combination of both hourly as well as bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage. Because in Dallas, we realized that the houses vary. You have a 1,500 square foot apartment, which is completely different from a 1,500 square foot house. So we said, all right, how can we take the average between the bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage and marry the two? And that's how we came up with our pricing.
Oh, man, I like this. But here's now I want to dive a little bit into as well. Like one of the follow-ups to that, right? You talk about the prices and we come up with the prices, all square footage and all those things like that. Like, I think a lot of people listening to this right now are like, all right, if you're going to do this remotely, how are you not involved? Is there outsourcing certain services? Do we call our grandma, auntie, our cousin and be like, yo, I got a little job for you? Like, how do we go about that phase?
I mean, so you can do that, especially when starting out. If you know people that clean, then I say to do that. But what we do is we find contractors that can do the job. We find people that are already cleaning business owners that are just looking for more work. And we'll find them on Indeed, Craigslist, ZipRecruiter, any of those places. They're just looking for more work. They already have their own clients, and we work and partner with them. So they go out and do the cleaning. They're trained on it. They have their cleaning supplies. So there's not much that we would have to do there besides vetting them out.
And then you may even take that a step further where you're like, all right, why would they work with you versus finding business on their own? It's just like a private taxi driver, or like you have an apartment, you want to list it to get somebody to live in it. You wouldn't just go out and start posting flyers. You'll probably go on Zillow. You'll probably go on Realtor.com. You may even post it on Airbnb. That's essentially what we are. We're able to market your business out there because we have an online platform. We have online marketing. We know about search engine optimization, and that's how we're able to get those clients. So the most mom and pop shops are like, I don't know about any of that stuff. I'm just really good at cleaning. So that's why they work with us versus trying to find a business on their own. And then a lot of them work with just referrals and word of mouth mainly.
Oh man, I like this. You know, it makes me think of the concept of, I remember, Anthony, you might remember things like this as well. And Jhanilka, you might too as well. Maybe you might have been in a barber shop or a beauty salon, and there's always somebody that's doing your hair. And when they're doing your hair, like you're like, oh man, they're really, really good at, giving me this edge up, or they're really, really good at, laying my hair the way I want it to be laid. But a lot of times they often have entrepreneurship like dreams, and they want to be an entrepreneur. And then they might even take that leap and realize, yo, I ain't cut out for this. I'm just the barber. I'm just the hairstylist. And to both of your point right now, if you're that person who's the operator, you probably need somebody like Anthony and Jhanilka to put your business together and make it work for you. So I got to ask you this question. Like, what are some of the marketing strategies that you guys have implemented to help you cross over $1 million in just the cleaning service industry?
So we primarily market online, right? So like we said, we're from Brooklyn, New York. We moved down to Dallas, Texas. We've had our business for going on 6 years. We didn't know nobody down here. So there was no like family and friends to start with. So we market online full time. So we use Yelp, Google Local Services, Google Ads, Thumbtack. Those are the places that we would say to put the money into. Now, sometimes at one point we did flyers under home, like people's doors. That didn't really work for us. But we always say to try it out because different markets, different things. Sometimes you see a new development coming up, right? You can go into the office and market your services. Apartment complexes, you can go into the office and market your services. A lot of times they don't like the services they have now. So those are places and things that we always suggest that our students do to get started and to get ahead when it comes to that.
And people may say, oh, the market is oversaturated. If you think about how many homes you have or apartments in just your area, let's say you got 20 houses just on your block, and that's just one circle radius. And you go all the way around, that's at least 80 houses right there. Do you have 80 cleaning businesses in just the area you live in? Absolutely not. So there's always going to be a need for this. There's always going to be a need and a demand for these services because people are always going to need their homes cleaned. It's a needs-based business.
Yeah, I love this conversation, man, because it makes me think about, to both of your point, right? Not even just new businesses, but like the new housing developments, right? You see these companies are like they have, family-like names, but they have a lot of land. They're nonstop building properties. If you drive through a couple of those properties, you might even see a cleaning service car parked right outside one of those places. So you're so spot on. And I think right now, right, another question that I think is important that audience sent over, and they sent the question that says, what are some of the cleaning services that can be offered? Like, so what are some of those cleaning services that can be offered right now for people?
Yeah, I was
gonna say people can do commercial cleaning, they can do carpet cleaning, there's window cleaning, there's organizing when you get into the home. There's also another extreme of it. There's hoarding that you can do. There's post-construction. So those are just some of the few things that I could think of off the bat that can be added service for you, and you can charge a high premium for those things. And maybe you don't charge it right away, but once you get into the home, you can say, oh, we also do such and such, the services.
And then a lot of them will even ask you, do you have any recommendations for things on the outside? So the outside window cleaning, the lawn care, the handyman.
Yeah.
The way that we run our business can be ran. When we started talking about this, we ran a cleaning business, but it was literally just for any local service business. So handy care, my lawn guy, think about just the lack of technology there. Like he leaves the invoice on the front door. So I got to go and Zelle him the money. Like if he had an online platform, if he had a reoccurring service where if he comes every 2 weeks, I get a discount. Those are just things he's lacking. So it was just literally a local service business when we first started marketing the way we run our business.
Ah, man, this is good, because what we're giving right now is a practical breakdown, right? A practical breakdown. If you want to be in this industry, like this is what you do. These are the steps. Now, our audience is real practical. Like, so they are like, okay, if I have a certain amount of dollars, how can we make this work, right? So one of the funny things that one of the audience members asked us was, I got $500 and I want to start a cleaning service business. Tell me right now, with $500, what should I do to make this happen?
So we're very big on actually having a business. So our first thing is always to do an LLC. Now, if you have $500, depending on your state, that may be your whole LLC money. So you don't have that right now. But marketing will be the biggest thing. You need to find people to do the work, unless you are the one that is going to do the work. I mean, we have some students that they're fine with doing it initially, and they go out and do it once they get clients. But I would say marketing to find people to do the work, and then marketing to clients online as well to get the clients to book that. And that could be something as simple as $500. Like if you're including LLC and doing everything that we say to do to get started, we say you need about $1,000 to $1,500 on the high end. That's from opening a bank account to having marketing dollars and everything. So with $500, I think that's where you would initially start.
And it's going to take time, or it's going to take money. You got to figure out what you have more of. So if you got $500, you obviously don't have the full extent of the money that you may need. That means you're going to be diving in with your time. So that means we're going to be spending, instead of spending money on trying to find contracts, we're like, all right, our goal is to go on Facebook groups. We're going to go on Facebook groups. We're going to be typing the word cleaning. We're going to join, we're in Dallas, so you're going to join like DFW Real Estate. You're going to join DFW Jobs, DFW, like everything Dallas, Fort Worth. You're going to type in the word cleaning. You're going to find people in there who are good at what they do. They just can't find clients. That's why they're in those Facebook groups. I'm reaching out to them on a daily basis. Hey, I can get you some more work. Would you be interested? That's going to take time. Now, once you find someone who's interested in doing that work, now you got to find them clients. I'm doing the same thing, but on the other side of it. So now I'm just typing in cleaning. I'm trying to say, all right, can anybody do this job? Or I need somebody to do this cleaning. If you literally go in whatever area you're in, you type in Dallas cleaning services or Dallas real estate or Dallas this and the third, Dallas mom and pop groups, Dallas mom groups, you type in the word clean or cleaning, I promise you'll find people who are looking for more work or people who actually need work done for them. You match the two, and that's how I would do it. And use the $500, maybe your cleaning supply, maybe some gas and tolls, stuff like that. But it's going to take time.
I like it. So it's possible, right? It's possible. Let's up the ante a little bit. I thought 500 was low ball. Let's say they got 1,000, right? let's say they got 1,000. We got 500 left off the advice that you gave. How do we try to scale?
So I'm taking that $500. If I found somebody for free just by being in Facebook groups, I'm taking that $500 and probably putting it into Yelp or Google local service ads. And then at that point, Google and Yelp can start marketing the business for me. And the goal would not just to be make $1 million off that $500. You may want to just break even a few times. All right, I put 500 in, I get 500 back. And then we had to change our mindset from that marketing is not an expense, it's an investment. When we first started, we're not going to put no money into marketing. So we went like 6 months without putting any money in marketing. And then we said, this is taking too long. So we put $400.
Yeah, we started at
$400 into like thumbtack.com. And we said, oh, we got $400 back. What happens when we put 500 in? And that's how we started to scale on little by little. Now we market at least $7,000, $8,000 a month to get clients, because we know that we want to do at least 55 to like 60,000 a month in this. And it's going to take time. It's going to take money to do so.
I like this, right? You're constantly growing, trying to evolve. And ultimately, guys, what we're giving you right now is a blueprint on how to really get into the cleaning services, right? How to really get into this and scale it. So I got to ask you guys, you've been doing this for quite some time now. Like where do you see this industry going?
So cleaning is $1 billion industry. So it's like sky's the limit, really. For us, we currently don't do any commercial. So we were like, we would want to get into that. But we have our students that do commercial, that do expand into different cities. So the industry is going to continue to grow. As Anthony mentioned, it's a needs-based business. So you can start now, you can start in December. You just missed out probably on you just lost a lot of money by starting in December. But it's going to be there. It's going to continue to grow, especially after COVID. It was kind of like a boom of people definitely needing their homes clean, but it continues to be something that people want and need because especially, we find that millennials and a lot of people, they don't have the time to do it, or people that have kids, they don't have the time to do it, so they just want to outsource that. So it's going to continue to grow, and it's $1 billion industry, so you can't lose when you get started in it.
And you see all these industries talking about automation and this, that, and the third. You unless you're like the Jetsons and you got Rosie the robot. I'm kind of dating my age, but you're not gonna outsource someone cleaning your home. You're not gonna have a robot come in your house and clean. You got those little Roombas, right? Around your place, but that's not cleaning your home.
Facts.
It's not something that's going to be automated anytime soon.
Facts. I 100% agree with that. Just recently, even if you're somebody, especially a family, right? Like I can imagine even with us, we have a cleaner come through all the time. And it could be a couple of days and the smallest thing happens, and the wife is like, yo, when are the cleaning service coming back again? When are they coming back again, right? And you have to book another appointment faster than you thought last time. So taking that workload off of yourself is so important. Why I want you guys on the show is to show our audience, hey, look, this is a business that you can really be in and excel in, and you guys have done that. And I want to ask you now the question that we've asked every single person who's ever been on our show, and that is, if you were that person right now who is about to graduate college, thinking about a new career field or what they should do next, or perhaps you ain't even graduate from college at all, and you're asking yourself the question of the podcast, school's over, now what? What advice would the Hartzogs give?
You're up.
So I mean, when I first started college, when I got out of college, I had no idea what I was going to do. So this is why I love this podcast and this question. So the first thing I would do, instead of me trying to jump into a job where I was making $9 an hour, maybe I could have took that time and invested into learning some more skill sets that I realized was missing. Right. So instead of me trying to jump out of college and try to get that first job just because I needed the job at the time, I would have took some time and actually studied what I actually was enjoying in college versus that quick hit. I could have probably gotten technology a lot sooner. I would have took some more time and just reevaluated my skill set and what can I use and what can I bring to the actual marketplace versus just jumping into the first job that I could get. So that's something I would definitely recommend people do.
And I think along the lines of what Anthony just said is kind of figuring out, is there something that people always ask me about? Is there something that I'm good at? Is there something that people come to me for? And seeing how I can monetize on that. Because if you just start there, most of the times there is something that people turn to you for that you have knowledge on that you're thinking, well, ain't nobody going to pay for it, right? And you can just start there and then decide, okay, yeah, I know I have information on this, but I don't like sharing it anymore. But I still have the capital now to invest in other things. And essentially that's what the cleaning business has done for us as well. Like, we don't love a cleaning business, but it has provided us freedom to then say, okay, well, I would like to invest in this other thing that I have interest in. So that would be something that I would do coming out of college, is seeing, is there something people ask me about? Is there something that I like that I can monetize on?
Facts. I like this a lot, man. And right now, audience wants to know more about you guys. How can they stay in touch with you? Give us all your social media and how can we best connect?
Mm-hmm. So you can find us on Instagram and YouTube at The Hartrimony. The Hartrimony, the HARTRIMONY. We also have a podcast, More Than a Side Hustle podcast. And our cleaning, if you want to know more about our cleaning business, you can go to cleaningbusinessuniversity.com to get more information on how you can do that and purchase our course there as well.
And let's say that one more time. What website can we go to?
Cleaningbusinessuniversity.com.
If you want to learn how to start and scale a 6-figure cleaning business without cleaning houses like we have, that's what we teach. And we got a lot of free information on our Instagram, our YouTube, on our podcast. Yeah. We talk about it all the time. So
love it, guys. Make sure you go visit that website. And for those of you that have been listening, always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.